ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Transformers action figure review on the Transformers The Last Night Movie Premiere Edition Deluxe Class Autobot Drift. If you're trying to get your Transformers figures, you can get them at Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. So we're getting new Drift with a makeover over here for this new film. I'm fairly curious. Very nice image of Drift over here though. I like how that looks. Very cool looking Drift. Then you get an Autobot symbol right over there, and then on the back you can see some product shots, and hey, that's not a Bugatti, that's a Mercedes. So I guess that's what happens when licensing deals don't go through or whatnot, I guess. And then you can see some other figures from this wave, and then on the side you can see Drift again, and then at the top it says Autobot Drift Master Swordsman, and then we get Bumblebee, Optimus, and Drift at the top, and not much more at the bottom. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Drift out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I do have mixed feelings with this figure. I kind of like it, and I kind of dislike it, pretty much equally. Now, I do like this color scheme. I have to point that out. I do wish we had more paint on the back of the figure, like the taillights or something. But for the most part, I do like this black and red. I do think that looks very cool. We also get some nice bright silver paint on here. And I don't know, I don't really like that they switched him from a Bugatti to this Mercedes over here. I kind of wish they just stuck with the Bugatti, but it's not a bad looking car. So anyway, let's get a closer look. So here's looking at the grille of this car mode, and it looks pretty good. I actually like that. The Mercedes emblem right there looks really clean, so I'm liking that. I also really like the baby blue that we're seeing right here for these headlights, so that's not too bad. I've transformed this guy a couple of times, and I do have a hard time getting this to stay flush right here. That does bother me. But again, as I'd mentioned earlier, I do like the red on this figure. I do think it looks good. I'm liking the red right here. And then the rest of it is black with some transparent windows, as you can see right up here. We get this really dark translucent plastic right up there. And you can see some of the rear view mirrors right there. And looking on the very back, you can't see much except for the Mercedes logo right there on the very back. We have a nice spoiler, and then some more red coming along the side right over here. And looking further back, you can see we get a nice Autobot symbol right at the very top in silver, so that's pretty cool. Then comparing this to an image of the Mercedes AMG GTR, you can see the similarities right there, right? I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. I think they did a fairly good job mimicking this, so yeah, I mean, I think it's a very nice looking car. And it does roll fairly well too, so you get some very nice rolling. All four wheels are on the ground, but a gripe of mine is looking underneath this. It just looks awful to me. I'm like, oh man, face on the ground, so what, he's got to sniff the pavement as he drives along? I just don't like that his face is having to face downward. I actually tried transforming it so that his head was turned around, and it wouldn't work. Also, the blades right over here, I don't like how we get them kind of flipping up a little bit, and that bothers me, especially in the previous version. You could see that the feet kind of hold the blades up in here so that you don't have to worry about them hitting the ground. Even though this guy rolls just fine, that just looks bad to me. I don't like that. Maybe there's a way to get these smushed in there somehow. I'm missing it, but I did follow the directions and I did place these as they're shown. Now measuring this Deluxe Class Drift, you can see that he's only about 5 inches across, and I want to say just a little over 1.5 inches tall. And then for your Drift comparison, we have our Last Night Drift, and then we have our Age of Extinction Drift right here in his Bugatti version, and you can see they're more or less about the same size. I do like having the different Bugatti right over here, especially because we saw Soundwave, you know, as a Mercedes, so I don't know. And you can see that this car is just a little bit longer than the Bugatti, I think, but still, yeah, I don't know. You let me know. I should put a poll up here or something. Which of these two do you prefer? And then we all have to remember that Drift is actually a triple changer, right? I don't really know. It wasn't really well explained in Age of Extinction, but here we go. We have Helicopter Drift right over here from Age of Extinction. And yeah, I mean, this Voyager class figure is much larger. And then here's Drift next to a Decepticon. We have Barricade, and you can see Barricade does look a bit larger than Drift right here. Just looks like a more massive vehicle, but I do like them both. I mean, they look pretty cool side by side like that. It's not too shabby. So the transformation for this figure is very similar to the transformation we saw from the Age of Extinction version, but it is slightly different. Anyway, will you take us away, Bumblebee? Alright, so what I like to do first is take out the swords from underneath right over here. So take those, put those aside, and even though the directions tell you to pop the arms out first, I actually tend to start with the very back over here, but we can just kind of get both of those pieces out of the way. And you want to lift this whole piece up right here, and then you want to take this and swing this around, and then this piece, I'm going to turn it this way, it's going to flip upwards and it's going to collapse on itself. So hinge it back and back some more, and then it'll flop right down, and then this will take care of the back of the figure. He has the two little swords stored right there in the very back. You can take this and just fold it up like so, and then take the arms out, separate them right over here, and then the legs. Oh, you want to make sure that this piece right here is tabbing into this hole right here that he has in his back, which is pretty tricky to see. It doesn't stay there as securely as I'd like it to, but it does help keep this up. You know, it kind of just slips right out, but you know, if you can get it to stay a little bit, it'll stay. And one of these guys just fell out on me. And you just take the feet and you flop those down and you just tilt these back, and there we have Drift in his robot mode. And this looks very cool. I actually really like Drift. I thought Drift was pretty cool in The Last Knight and in Age of Extinction. And one thing I did like about The Last Knight is that we did see Crosshair's Drift and Hound again, seeing that lineup, you know, consistently being played out through The Last Knight and seeing him in the previous movie. I dig that, you know. So, and I dig this look for Drift too. I do think the color change is a bit random, but I do think it still looks good. I'm not a big fan of the big old backpack right there, but it doesn't really bother me that much. It does collapse nicely. Anyway, let's get a closer look. So here's looking at the swords or the katanas that come with this new Drift, and they're the same as the original version, but you can see a little bit of marbling in the plastic right there. I do like this dark gray color. It does look pretty cool. Then here's the smaller swords right over here. You get some nice sculpted detail, and you have the ports. And again, they're the same exact ones as we'd seen with the Age of Extinction Drift, so there's, you know, weak comparison, but comparison nonetheless. They're the same things. You do get the storage on the back. I do tend to like to have this set up so that these are sticking upwards. As ridiculous as that is, it doesn't make sense. You're going to grab it by the blade, but I like how it kind of sticks over his shoulders like that. With, you know, storing them properly with the handles facing upward, they just kind of disappear back there and you can't see them at all. Now, as far as the robot mode goes on this guy, it's a complete retool. Well, not 100% complete, but like this head sculpt right here is 100% complete retool or repaint from the first version. You can see on this first version, this part right here, and this is colored gold. This does not have gold on those two parts sticking out right over there. It's still a fairly solid head sculpt. And as we look throughout the rest, I mean, we do have these same pieces, you know, right here. Again, on the side, the arms are the same. This lower torso is the same, but this whole top torso, or the higher section right here with the Mercedes emblem and all that, that's new. That's just added to this older piece right here. The legs are all the same. You know, doesn't look too bad. You know, just seeing the color in black and red just looks cool to me. So, not a whole lot to say about, you know, the robot mode, to be honest with you guys. I mean, it's a retooled figure. And nothing really new with the articulation as well. You get side-to-side movement right over here. Oh, there goes the sword. You can turn his head up just a tiny bit, and it will move down more so. You get shoulders that move outward this much. You can, I guess, shift the shoulders inward like that due to transformation. And then you can rotate 360 up here. Shoulders will move outward. You get a single-jointed elbow, and you get rotation at the elbow, and then you don't get a wrist swivel, but you do get a wrist hinge. And then there's no torso articulation. You can't turn him at the waist or anything. And there goes the other sword. You get hip joints that move out. Oh gosh, I gotta give you the fix that. All right, there you go. Hip joints will move outward like that. So for our very agile Drift figure, you can get him in dynamic poses with the kicking, and he kicks forward that much and back that much. Upper thigh cut, single jointed knee, and then he has an ankle that doesn't move down, but it moves up just due to the transformation. Now to measure this Drift figure in his robot mode, you can see he's standing just a little under the 5.5-inch mark. And to everyone's surprise, this new Drift is exactly as tall as the old Drift figure. Out of these two, which one do you like more? I definitely like this one more. Much more involved transformation. I just think it looks better. I definitely just like that figure more. And then for your Transformers The Last Knight Deluxe class figure comparison, we have Bumblebee and we have Berserker. And spoiler alert, Berserker does next to jack squat in the movie. And then to compare Drift to a couple more Transformers The Last Night figures, we have Deluxe class Steelbane and the Voyager class Optimus Prime. And spoiler alert, Steelbane and Optimus do next to jack squat in the movie. I mean, we see Nemesis Prime do more than Optimus Prime, right? And then here's Drift next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Kya! There we go, Drift doing a big old jump kick right over there. So this isn't a bad figure. If you missed out on the Age of Extinction Drift and you wanted to get a Drift figure and you picked this up and this is your only movie Drift in your collection, I'd say, hey man, you don't have a bad figure. You know, it's not too bad at all. It's not my favorite Drift, but I still think it looks cool. I do like the alt mode. You know, I just don't think it's as good of a figure as this one over here, but it's still not a bad figure at all. And I have to explain once again, I did want to like Transformers The Last Night. I am not a Bayformer hater. I've actually been made fun of for liking the Bayformer movies and liking the Bayformer figures. It's just that The Last Night to me was especially bad. I do need to see it again though. I probably will wait until it comes out on Blu-ray until I see it again, but I do want to see the movie again very much so, and I will be going back and watching my other Transformers movies on Blu-ray because I still hunger for them. I do enjoy them for the most part, man. So I don't know. I just don't want you guys thinking that I'm big old phony is all. It's because I do like my Bayformers movies, you know, for what they are. You know, they're dumb, fun Transformers movies. But this last one was just especially awful. But anyway, I hope you guys don't think this review is awful. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, or if you want to leave a comment down below, please go ahead and do so. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button for more ShartimusPrime videos coming your way. If you're already subscribed and you haven't hit the notification bell, please go ahead and hit that button so you know immediately when the next ShartimusPrime video is posted. You join the notification squad is what I'm getting at. And if you want to join Team Shartimus and help support this YouTube channel, please go ahead and join these people over here at Team Shartimus, link in the description below. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images, it will be up at ShartimusPrime.net soon. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what my people say. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Can't have one, I gotta get them all. Time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah.
That's crispy.
We're shot in your face. I said we're shot in your face. I said we're shot in your face. I said we're shot.